What is up everyone, welcome back to Lexalexus. Today it is our Boxing Day score predictions. We have got 6 games we've got to predict. 6 games have been postponed due to COVID outbreaks in the squad. Hopefully that they'll be rearranged at a sooner time. Maybe a very brief video which will suit me to celebrate Christmas. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy Christmas Eve to all of you guys. So if you guys like what you see, please give the video a like. It does tremendously help the channel. Let's aim for 15 likes for this video. That'll be terrifically appreciative. Please also hit the subscribe button if you've not done so. We've just hit 850 subscribers, which is huge for the channel. Thank you guys so much for getting me to that goal. Now the next target is 900. If we can get there as soon as we can, that'd be absolutely amazing. And please share this channel and this video to as many people as you can. That is how we're going to grow together as a community. But without any further ado, let's start predicting these weekend's games. So the first game going ahead this weekend is Huddersfield going up against Blackpool. This will be a 3 PM kickoff on Boxing Day, and I'm intrigued to see what will take place in this game, because when both of these sides played against each other previously, it was actually a very one-sided victory by Huddersfield Town. It was very one-sided, and Blackpool were actually looking pretty good with their home form in that time of the season as well, but Huddersfield blew them aside, beaten by 3-0 in that game. I think it's going to be an interesting head-to-head when they play against each other again. Obviously, both sides picked up a very good win last weekend. Huddersfield picked up a brilliant win against Bristol City, beating by 3-2. It was very clutch the way they did it. And Blackpool picked up a crucial win against Peterborough with 2 very late goals, beating them by 3-1. With this game, for what I saw Huddersfield, because last time I saw Huddersfield play live was against Coventry, and that was also at their last home game at John Smith's. They actually did well to get a really good goal and to hold on to the lead. They just weren't able to deal with the pressure, and I have a feeling that Huddersfield might be able to get something here. I think Blackpool still are just trying to recover. They had to rely on late goals to try and get something against Peterborough with the worst away record in the league. And I think Huddersfield might be good enough to get something. So as a prediction, I think I'll go for a 1-0 victory to Huddersfield. I think they'll get something in this game. FIFA22 saying 1-1. Honestly, I was thinking of predicting as well. It really could go either way. Next game to predict is Hull City going up against Blackburn Rovers. If you look at their recent form, Blackburn contain the current longest winning streaks this season with 5 straight wins, and because of this they're in 42 points, and if results go their way, they could find themselves top of the championship by Christmas, which would be absolutely unbelievable. They've got to play against a Hull side which they've been doing alright with their form as well. However, in their last 3 games they have not picked up a win, so you could potentially say that their form is slowing down a little bit. Blackburn have got a great record as well, picking up 5 wins in their last 6 meetings against this Hull City side. Hull have not beaten Blackburn all the way back in 2018 in an FA Cup game and a league game. It's been all Blackburn. They've actually won 5 of their last league meetings. So as a prediction, based on how well Blackburn have been, I think they will edge this game. And the fact they've kept up clean sheets, they've kept up 4 clean sheets in their last 4, I think they'll make it 5. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 away victory to Blackburn. FIFA's going for a dramatic 3-2 away win to Blackburn, which would be an incredible game. When the halfway stage are ready, we've now got Luton against Bristol City to predict. Now, I remember the reverse fixture very vividly. This was when Bristol City was still in their home drought and they were trying to get a home win, and they took the lead pretty early on, I'd say, and they actually led for majority of the game. But Luton clutched a 91st minute equaliser. It was a devastating draw for Bristol City for the fact that they led for so much of that game, and I think they deserved something out of it too. Now, if you look at their league position, they're only separated by 2 points. Bristol City can even overtake Luton if they win this game. And you've got to say, Luton this season have been very inconsistent. It's been close to impossible to predict what they do. You know, they go through a really bad run of form and then they have a really good win and then a really clutch draw against Fulham. So Luton are a tough team to call. Same goes to Bristol City. They can look amazing one game and then next game they can concede 3 against a Huddersfield Town side who've not won in ages either. So Both teams are naturally really hard to predict. But what I will say, Luton have actually got a good record when it comes to Boxing Day. Bristol City not as strong. And Luton do have the better record against Bristol City. But having said that, both of me leaking goals. So as a prediction, I think it might be a 2-2 draw. I think it'll be a pretty entertaining game in the end. FIFA 22 is going for another 3-2 away win. Next up, we've got Middlesbrough going up against Nottingham Forest. Now, these two teams, I expect them to be two teams that will be chasing for the top 6. Both have really improved their form, both picking up 3 wins in their last 4 games. But Forest have managed an unbeaten streak in 9 games. They've only lost 1 game since Steve Cooper has taken over as manager. With Middlesbrough, they've actually only lost 1 game since Chris Wilder was manager as well, which was a 2-1 home defeat against Preston. Both naturally have been improving. I've really been impressed with Middlesbrough's performance against Bournemouth. I think they did deserve the 1-0 win. Forest, they've done well in their recent games as well. They managed to really thrash a Swansea side, and they continued beating against a Hull City side full of confidence as well. So both of these teams, I think, on paper, can promise a really, really good game on their day. I know last time they met each other, it was when Chris Hughton was sacked. It was Middlesbrough. I think it was their first away win of the season. Middlesbrough won by 2-0. This game, I think it's really, really close. I can't edge any of them. So I'm going to predict a draw. And actually, Middlesbrough have been involved with the 0-0 draw recently with Stoke. Another game which I thought was really going to be close. I think it may be the same fate here. I think Steve Cooper's also renowned of his 0-0 draws too. So I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw between Middlesbrough and Nottingham Forest. But I really, really hope I'm wrong. FIFA has gone for a 1-0 last minute winner for Middlesbrough, which would be absolutely crazy if that were to happen. Now to Monday's games. The first game we've got is Derby against West Brom. Derby picked up a crucial win in their last league game against Blackpool. And that win for me definitely gave them a little bit of a lifeline that they weren't really going to be cut adrift yet. But there's been a lot of drama going around with Derby at the moment, and not just player level but board level as well, and even ownership level. There's been a lot of things going around, which has just been really unfortunate. Just things are not going Derby's way at the moment. West Brom, they have actually managed to improve their form. They are actually unbeaten in their last 5, but only picking up 2 wins in those 5 games. What West Brom need to do is stop drawing the blank and actually have strikers that would take their chances. They've been involved with 3 0-0 draws in their last 5. And that is going to be a big problem if West Brom are not going to be clinical, because when you look at Blackburn, a team that are very, very clinical, Blackburn are actually going to overtake them. And West Brom, what they need to do is they need to catch up. You know, they've closed the gap onto Bournemouth and Fulham. They now need to go on a winning one, and potentially they can even find themselves right there being a favourite to being promoted. As a prediction, I mean, last time the two played against each other as a 0-0. I've seen it with Derby already. When they score first, naturally they can throw the lead away. We saw it recently against QPR. I don't think it'll happen the same way with West Brom based on how poor I see with their clinical players. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think Derby will take the lead and West Brom will equalise later on. I can see it. FIFA has gone for a 1-0 West Brom win. And the final game to predict is QPR against Bournemouth, which promises to be a classic game. I really, really hope this game lives up to the hype. Now, when QPR are going to play this game against Bournemouth, they would have had 22 days of no football based on the fact that their game against Sheffield United was cancelled. What that can do to the squad, it could definitely improve sharpness, but fitness-wise, maybe not. So it's going to be interesting to see how QPR perform in that. With Bournemouth, I mean, they need a miracle right now. Their form has just completely deteriorated. They've lost 4 games all season, and 3 of those 4 losses have happened in their last 6 games. They're in their worst forms in this season. What they need to do is just to find some confidence ahead at the start of the season, just to try and cope with some of the injuries that they got. They should have a couple of players back. I think Lerma's still going to be serving his suspension. But if you can have Ben Pearce in that position, and you can have Solanke actually taking his chances and not missing sitters like he did against Middlesbrough, then Bournemouth will have a chance. But against his QPR side, which they have been doing well, obviously they did lose their last game before they had that long break against Stoke. At home, I've been really impressed with QPR, and for the fact they've had this break, I think they might relish that. So as a prediction, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to QPR. I'm going to mix things up a little bit, and Bournemouth will continue on their bad form. FIFA's going 2-0 Bournemouth. So guys, that will wrap up my score predictions for these games. A very short and brief video, but I hope you guys have a really enjoyable Christmas Eve. Hopefully all 6 of these games will still go ahead as planned as well. It will be a really good way to celebrate Boxing Day. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video, I guess. thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give the video a like. It does tremendously help the channel. Please do hit that subscribe button if you've not done so. It would really help the growth of this channel. And please share this channel to as many people as you can. It also really helps. But I'll wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary if you saw the end of this video. And as always, have a Merry Christmas, everyone. Take care.